Marifat School presents The Conference of the Plants. Written by Reza Nazami. Chapter 23. The Myriad of Love.
Previously on. In the previous chapter, amidst a stormy night, tomato plant lamented the gardener's absence, while young eggplant anxiously sought a way to endure the fierce winds. Walnut tree, observing their struggles, encouraged patience and flexibility, advising them to bend with the wind rather than resist it. While tomato plant remained doubtful, dateseed expressed unwavering trust in walnut's wisdom. As dawn brought calm, the plants reflected on their experiences, gradually understanding walnut's lesson on the importance of choosing a wise guide and relying on true insight. Now, we continue with Chapter 23. The Myriad of Love.
A delightful morning stretched its embrace over the garden as the benevolent sun bathed every plant in warm, loving light. The garden was in perfect harmony, and all its inhabitants basked in a state of tranquility and joy. Yet, wise Walnut, a keeper of knowledge and experience, found it hard to believe that such silence could last. A whisper in his heart was telling him that beneath this calm exterior, something unseen might be stirring. It was difficult for him to accept that a garden so magnificent could be entirely free of troubles or challenges. Almond, Walnut's steadfast companion, turned to him and said,
"Tell me, dear Walnut, what troubles you so? I know you well enough to see the storm within you, hidden beneath your calm and dignified exterior."
Walnut replied,
"Do you sense the unusual stillness in this garden, Almond? For 200 years, I have stood here, yet never have I witnessed such silence. What I see today is beyond anything I can comprehend."
Almond Tree gently reassured Walnut, saying,
Dear Walnut, there's no need to worry. You've weathered countless storms, and now tranquility might feel unfamiliar. But from what I see, all the plants in this garden are united by friendship and love. Embrace this peacefulness and let go of your worries and anxieties.
Exactly. My concern lies with these misguided affections. Trouble always follows when love is devoid of wisdom.
You're right, dear Walnut. I agree that love can bring troubles, but that's not the case here in our garden. I believe you're being too rigid, and this comes from past hardships that don't need to be repeated. Now that peace and friendship fill the garden, take some time to relax and rejuvenate so you can regain your strength.
Walnut chuckled and said,
That means you don't really know me. Dear Almond, I'm not made for relaxation. I am a disciplined soldier, always alert and waiting for commands from my commander. I stay vigilant every moment, never allowing a second to slip by in neglect. For even a moment's lapse could mean missing something important. If you truly understood this seasoned soldier, you would know that I never fall short in my duty, not even for an instant. My joy comes from the satisfaction of my gardener, a joy shared by every devoted servant. For a servant, true happiness lies only in the approval of their revered master.
Suddenly, Turnip's voice rose from the heart of the garden, drawing their attention as he delivered his speech.
Beloved trees and honorable shrubs, listen to me.
Turnip declared,
As you can see, I have long been immersed in joy and delight. I have learned from Walnut to show kindness to others, and the reward for all that generosity has been my own happiness and bliss. The love and goodwill I have given have reflected back to me, filling my heart with joy and contentment. Dear plants, listen to my words and learn from my experience. My happiness is the result of following the wisdom of Walnut Tree, a truly wise guide and revered elder. He taught me how to nurture love in our hearts, and as you can see, I have embraced his lessons and made them a part of my life. Now, I invite you all to join me in founding Society of Friendship and Love, where we can share the warmth of kindness and compassion with one another. Who among you is ready to embark on this beautiful journey together?
Walnut glanced at Talking Turnip, seeing him fully immersed in his speech. He then turned to Almond, his voice tinged with concern.
This is the trouble I feared when I sensed its arrival. I knew that in this tranquility, some issues would inevitably arise.
Surprised, Almond turned to Walnut and said,
Our garden is filled with friendship and love. Even Turnip speaks of promoting love and encourages others to heed your guidance. I truly don't understand what could be troubling you, dear Walnut.
Walnut sighed deeply and said,
Even from the heart of love, darkness can arise.
Although Almond didn't fully grasp what Walnut was trying to convey, he trusted that Walnut saw something he hadn't. So, he chose to remain silent. Walnut turned to Turnip and said,
O Turnip, in the midst of all this, be mindful of your pride.
Turnip replied,
Oh, Walnut, you know how carefully I have learned and applied every point you've shared. Rest assured, I am vigilant about my pride, and I would never fall into its trap. You need not worry about me. Focus peacefully on the matters of others, and let your mind be at ease. I am devoted to spreading love, just as you have always done, and I am certain that one day, like you, I will become wise and enlightened.
Walnut's face and expression clearly reflected his lingering concern. He fell silent, offering no further words. Days passed, then weeks in the same manner. One day, Walnut noticed Turnip deeply distressed and despondent. He looked at him and asked,
Turnip, why are you so overwhelmed with sadness and despair?
Poor Turnip, as if he had been waiting for someone to notice, finally released the bitterness that had been building up within him. His voice cracked with emotion, his tears flowing freely as he cried,
Oh, Walnut, my heart is heavy with ingratitude and arrogance of plants in this garden. I have given my life, my strength, my time, and my comfort for them, yet not a word of gratitude or recognition have I received. Have pity on me, for I have poured my true love into hearts of those who remain blind to it, ungrateful and unaware.
Walnut listened to Turnip's sighs and complaints, then, with a firm tone, interrupted him.
I fully agree with you, dear Turnip. There is no merit of love within you.
Turnip, in shock and confused, stopped crying for a moment and asked,
Are you saying they were unworthy of my love?
Walnut, speaking in a gentle tone, said,
You heard me right, dear Turnip. It was you who were unworthy of giving love. You offered affection that you did not deserve.
Completely confused, Turnip asked,
What are you talking about, Walnut? It was I who gave up my own comfort and well-being to show kindness to others. They have done nothing for me that would make me deserve or not deserve anything in return. I don't understand what merit you're speaking of,
Walnut replied.
Listen carefully to me.
He then turned to all the plants and added,
Please pay attention to what I am about to say.
A silence fell over the plants as they recognized Walnut's firm tone, a voice that carried the weight of an important message. Walnut said,
Love others only to the extent that you are capable and worthy of doing so. Your love should come from the true quality of your heart. If you are not capable of giving love, then do not offer it. Before you love someone, make sure you are truly deserving of it yourself.
A murmur spread through the plant as the plants started to talk to each other. What does Walnut mean by merit of love? They asked. How can we know how much and when to show love? And who will determine our capacity for it? Walnut replied,
Let me explain a bit further. In every relationship, there is both light and darkness. If a relationship is like the sun, the love within it is selfless and without expectation. In such love, there is no coldness or heartbreak, because there is no anticipation of receiving anything in return. On the other hand, if that expectation exists, the relationship falls into darkness, and such relationships are doomed to fade. Let's reflect on our own acts of love. Do we secretly hope for something in return from others? If so, we must acknowledge the flaw in our actions. For instance, Turnip showed kindness to another plant and found happiness in doing so. Do you believe this happiness is genuine and noble? And does anyone truly understand the reason behind Turnip's joy?
Walnut asked his question, aware that everyone only assumed they knew the right answer. Not waiting for a response, he continued.
Whether Turnip's actions were right or wrong depends entirely on the inner changes within his own heart. We saw how in times of need, Turnip eagerly rushed to help his friends. But my dear ones, understand this. Sometimes helping others can make us feel superior to them. Whenever you find yourself feeling superior to someone, know that you've gone astray. This sense of satisfaction is what we call the devil's satisfaction, as it arises from our desire for superiority, which is often swiftly replaced by discomfort and regret. When we think we own things and others do not, we create a divide between ourselves and them. My dear friends, understand this. A plant has nothing of its own to take pride in. Tell me, is it truly wise to boast about something that isn't really ours, but entrusted to us by another? Everything we have belongs to the sun, the gardener, and the space of this garden. Haven't they encouraged us to share what has been given to us, so that we may find true prosperity and blessings? Know this, the satisfaction of our Creator lies in our selflessness and generosity. If you embrace this perspective, every time you show kindness to another, you will not grow proud or expect anything in return. Instead, you will feel a deep gratitude in your heart toward the sun and the gardener, who have made you the channel through which their love reaches other creations. You will find contentment knowing that you have fulfilled your purpose. In this way, you will never seek rewards, because the reward of your love lies in the love itself within your heart. This kind of love is divine, pure, sincere, and everlasting, free from the desire for praise or recognition. Know, my dear ones, That expectation is a seed planted by the devil. It quietly takes root in our hearts, patiently awaiting the smallest opportunity to grow. As this seed grows, it nurtures feelings of enmity toward others. So, whenever you offer love or assistance to others, remain watchful of these demonic seeds. Protect the light within you from the dark spots that may seep in, for they will ultimately harm your soul. Therefore, whenever you serve someone, always express deep gratitude and praise in your heart to the sun and the gardener. Say Alhamdulillah, praise be to God, the nurturer of the world. In your heart, acknowledge that your help is but a drop from the vast ocean of the Creator's mercy, poured upon you. My dear friends, remember that showing love is easy, but preserving its true essence is much more challenging. The true servants of love must guard themselves against the corruption of pride and expectation. Dear plants, let us work to earn the worthiness of love. Let us love freely, without seeking any praise for ourselves, for all praise and gratitude belong solely to the owner of the garden. Let us affirm, both in our words and hearts, that all praise is due to Him alone. Let us not allow the good deeds that could bring us closer to the gardener to become a barrier between us and Him.
Walnut's beautiful words deeply touched the hearts of the plants, as they were a perfect blend of love and wisdom that brought their hearts to life and reflected the purity of their souls. A peaceful silence settled over the entire garden. The orange raised its voice in prayer.
O Lord of the garden, our Creator, Sacred Spirit, grant us the worthiness to love. A love that is pure and sincere, born of your essence, a love in which your satisfaction resides, independent of the approval of others.
They all responded in unison, Amen. In their hearts, they reflected on their pride and expectations, asking the generous gardener for forgiveness. Almond turned to Walnut and said,
O Walnut, I have always offered praise to the gardener after showing love to others, never feeling entitled to any praise myself. For I learned from you that praise belongs to the Creator, not the creation. Do you follow this path as well?
Walnut replied,
Yes, when I was younger, still carrying the weight of pride within me. I did the same, but there came a time when I grew and evolved, and my existence was cleansed of those traces of pride. One night, I encountered someone in a dream, a being whom the people of the world call Ahmad. O Almond, when you two meet him in your dreams, know that you will have understood the vastness of existence and the true majesty of the sun. In that moment, all your actions will appear so insignificant in comparison to that greatness, so small that you won't even consider them love. Today, I do whatever my Creator wills, without attaching any label to it.
Almond asked,
Dear Walnut, I do not understand what you mean. Every time I believe I have grasped the essence of your words, something still puzzles me.
Walnut replied,
Hold on to what I tell you, even if it remains beyond your understanding for now. When you have grown enough, and the right time comes, though I may no longer be by your side, you will remember my words when you see Ahmad in your dream. And in that moment, clarity will dawn upon you.
Almond fell into thoughtful silence. Deep within, he knew that Walnut's words were nothing but the purest truth.